The Tennessee Titans just signed DeAndre Hopkins. So today we're gonna take the Titans and see how Madden thinks they will do this year with DeAndre Hopkins. And we're gonna see how good we can make this team in the future now that they have a true number one receiver once again. But I'm gonna make this intro super short because I want to talk about this team and let y'all know how I feel about it. So super quick, massive shout out to Olave Edits for the suggestion of today's video. I think they were the first one to suggest this. Go drop them a sub. Their link is in the description. And of course, if you want a shout out just like that one, just let me know what team to rebuild next. And we did very well with the like goal on the last video, so let's again shoot for 500. Take the like 2 seconds. It really does help out a ton, and it helps me know that y'all are enjoying these, and it helps YouTube know that people are enjoying these videos. And if you want to be an OG of the channel while you still can be one, the time's of course running out, be sure to subscribe. We're getting really close to 10K. Let's see if we can get to 8,500 subscribers. And you might as well subscribe because I'm gonna have a lot of really fun rebuilds coming out. Y'all have been loving the new ideas I've had for rebuilds lately, so I'm definitely gonna keep them coming. And there's gonna be a very big, very interesting rebuild coming up within the next week or so. There's a lot going into it, so it's taking a while to set up, but I really think y'all will enjoy it. But that's enough plugging, and let me tell you what I think about the DeAndre Hopkins signing. So I've been seeing a lot of people being super pessimistic about this, which shocker, I know. People being negative on the internet, never heard of that. I actually really like this for both him and the Titans. He gets to come in here and be the immediate number one receiver, and sure, it is a run-heavy offense, but AJ Brown did really well here. Like, people act like he can't do well because they just won't throw to him, but I just don't think that's the case. Sure, AJ Brown did better when he went to the Eagles, and it will be obviously a run-heavy offense, but he will definitely get used. There isn't really much of another option here. I still personally think he's a borderline top 5 receiver, and people have been comparing this to like when the Titans signed Julio Jones or Andre Johnson. The difference is those two were already washed before the Titans signed them, and they were much older. They were like 5 years older than D-Hop is. D-Hop's like 31 in real life. They were each like 34, 35, somewhere around there. Julio never stayed healthy, which maybe D-Hop doesn't stay healthy. That could be the big difference here, but that could be like really the only problem in my mind. I mean, he could just suck. I don't know. He could regress a ton. I just have a hard time seeing that. The only problem I see is maybe health, but I feel like his injury history is a little overstated. It's not that bad. So I like the signing for him. He gets to come in and obviously be a number one receiver here. There isn't much else to throw to here, and I like it for the Titans because their receiving core was lacking. But I don't say that to put these other Titans weapons down because they have some other solid receiving options that could be breakouts this year. Traylon Burks, I like a lot. Chigo Okonkwo, I like a lot. I even like Kyle Phillips. I might try to get him playing time. I don't know. Ryan Tannehill is really overhated. He's like a solid quarterback to me, whereas people think he's bad. I just think he's solid. They have Will Levis. I don't know if he's ever going to be the starter here in real life or in this rebuild, but I mean in this rebuild. We could give him an opportunity though if Tannehill does suck. Obviously, this running back room is really good. Derrick Henry, one of the best, if not the best running back in the NFL. Tyjae Spears, I liked that pick a lot. The problem with this offense isn't anything I just mentioned. It is this offensive line, which is, what's a good word? Putrid. We'll go with that. That's a fun word. There could be some breakouts this year. Like, I like Dylan Radunes. I like him more as a tackle, though. Daniel Brunskill isn't bad. Andre Dillard could break out. I mean, he was a first-round pick at one point. I think Peter Skoronski will be good, but I just can't bank on all that happening for sure. Like, it could end up being a good offensive line, but right now it is, on paper, maybe the worst in the NFL based off of what these players have proven in their careers, which isn't hardly anything at all. And then this defense is really good, like really good. Your defensive line, you have 3 good starters with 1 amazing starter in Jeffrey Simmons. Harold Landry injured last year, but I think he's a really good player who could have a big breakout this year, assuming he's fully healthy, which I haven't heard if he is. I'm guessing he is, though. Arden Key's an underrated player. Your edge depth isn't great, though. Weaver's solid, but I'm a little worried about that. Your corner room is insanely deep. They obviously signed Sean Murphy-Bunting. Your safety safety duo is one of the best in the NFL with Kevin Byard, in my opinion, the best safety in the NFL, or like top 3-ish, and Amani Hooker, who is a good player in his own right. So this team, I'm a big fan. I also like Monty Rice. I don't know if he's going to start this year or not, but I think he should, and I think he will break out, assuming he does. So I don't get the whole narrative that this team sucks and that D-Hop made a big mistake going here. It might be run heavy, but they have a new offensive coordinator who could pass a lot more. I am concerned about how good of a scheme fit Ryan Tannehill will be, though, so honestly, he might suck this year, because really the only reason he was good was because of the scheme. But you never know, he still could be decent. Oh yeah, we also have Malik Willis. Dude, people gave up on him too quick. But anyways, I'm excited to get into this rebuild, so I'm gonna shut up now. I'll rearrange the depth chart and everything. So with that, let's get into the rebuild, and let's get to the mid-season point of year number 1. Okay, so Derrick Henry's mentoring Tyjae Spears. I went with long-term development, so now Tyjae Spears has superstar dev. Is that gonna matter? I don't know. I don't know if he'll ever be the starter here in this rebuild, but we'll take it. All right, well, at the midseason point of year 1, we are 3-3, which is probably about where this team will be. I mean, I really do think that offensive line could hold them back, but the rest of their team is pretty nice, so they could be somewhere around here. We have a breakout linebacker, though. Monty Rice, maybe? No, Arden Key. Oh, okay, well, pass rusher. Hold the Texans to less than 250 yards or get Arden Key 1 or more of all those stats. So, I mean, just 1 sack or something, or even 1 tackle for loss is pretty doable. That seems pretty light. Hopefully, though, I mean, hopefully we can hit it, because he's still relatively young, right? He could be our number 2 pass rusher for the entire rebuild. I was expecting to replace that position, but, I mean, if he works out, he works out, so we'll see. But we're gonna have some re-signings here. Actually, really not any. Did they give Tier Tart a big contract in real life? I can't remember. I feel like it was like, not like big, but like 6 or 8 mil per year. Oh no, they just tendered him. For some reason, I thought they gave him like a 3-year, $18 million deal or something. But we will fully re-sign him. We'll offer him 3 years, 27.3 mil, and he does take it. Now, everybody else, Nick Westbrook-Akina is pretty good in real life. Well, he's solid in real life, but we just don't really need him back. We don't really need anybody here back at all yet. We'll just wait until the end of the year. Maybe someone will break out. I don't know. But with that, let's see if we can hit the breakout for Arden Key. All right, well, we do lose to the Texans 27-24. They're now the leader of the division, but that doesn't mean Arden Key didn't hit his breakout. Let's see if he did. Damn, okay. I thought that was an easy one, but sucks to suck, I guess. So with that, let's get to the end of year number 1, and hopefully we can finish pretty good. Although it is just year 1, so it doesn't really matter yet. Oh, damn, okay. Well, at the end of year 1, we make the playoffs going 9-8. The division standings could look something like this in real life. I think the Jags will win the division. I do think they're a little overrated. Well, they're a touch overrated, but I still think they'll be good. But I think the rest of the order will go Titans, Texans, Colts. The Colts could be good too, though. I don't know. They have good players. We'll see. Basically, I don't know what the order of the division is going to be, and I'm just rambling. But we're going to be taking on the 12-5 LA Chargers in the wild card. But let's check out some of the season stats. Ryan Tannehill was actually really solid. Under 4,000 yards, which I guess that's kind of to be expected. Pretty run-heavy offense. 36 touchdowns, only 9 picks. Good year from him. Derrick Henry with 1,800 yards, only 4.9 yards per carry, which that's still really good, but yeah, he got a shitload of carries. 14 touchdowns for him. No 1,000-yard receivers, unfortunately, but Treylon Burks did lead the team with almost 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. D-Hop a little over 950 with 14 touchdowns. Kyle Phillips was good. I did get him a lot of playing time. Chigo Okonkwo didn't do much. I could see him doing a lot better than this in real life. I'm a big fan of him. I loved the pick when they made it. He was definitely solid last year when he played. Could be a big breakout this year. We'll see. And then blocking, Andre Dillard was ass, but the rest of the line was okay. On defense, Azeez Al-Shaair led the team with 119 tackles for loss, 16 for Simmons, 12 for Landry. Good amount overall. And then sacks, 11.5 from Harold Landry. A lot of the time he's kind of terrible in this game, but he did very well here. 9.5 from Jeffrey Simmons. Not too much outside of that. Key with 6, which is fine, I guess. And then interceptions, 6 for Amani Hooker led the team. 2 for Azeez Al-Shaair and Roger McCreary, and then 1 for a few players. Surprisingly, Kevin Byard didn't even get 1. He was actually pretty terrible. I love the realism of this game. MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes. Actually a decent-ish top 10 until we get to Jacoby Brissett. CJ Stroud up there as a rookie. I don't know about that, but you never know. This is like the most realistic top 10 I've ever seen for MVP. Only two somewhat weird ones. Offensive player of the year goes to Nick Chubb. Surprisingly, wait, am I in the right conference? Derrick Henry all the way down at number 8 with 1,800 yards. Do I want to check what Nick Chubb did for my own sanity? I don't know. Now we got the retirement home out here with Robert Woods and Randall Cobb up there. But Derrick Henry is the only Titan up there. Defensive player of the year goes to Von Miller. No Titans, I don't think. Offensive rookie of the year goes to not a rookie. It goes to CJ Stroud. Traylon Burks at number 5, even though he's not a rookie. Kyle Phillips at 8, even though he's not a rookie anymore. Will Anderson wins defensive rookie of the year. Roger McCreary at number 7, again, not a rookie. But at least we had some players up there. Hold on, I kind of do want to check what Nick Chubb did. I can't wait to see that he got like 2,400 rushing yards. No, he probably didn't get that many, but it wouldn't surprise me. Was he better than Derrick Henry? He had 7 more touchdowns, but touchdowns are touchdowns. Like, a lot of the time, like, players can just get it at the goal line and just go right in, and it's really not that hard a lot of the time, and it's just like, oh, here's a free touchdown for your stat. I don't know if that happened for sure, but I don't know. I would value, like, almost 300 more yards, more than, like, 7 touchdowns. I don't know, though. But before we simulate this game against the Chargers, we have a first of many scenario. Always gotta play it cool, you know me. But with that, let's simulate the week against the Chargers, and let's see if we can get a win. To be fair, hopefully not, because they do have a much better roster, and it would make me feel a lot worse about Madden Sim, but we already know it's complete dog shit, so I guess it doesn't matter anyways. And we kinda smoke them. I mean, it's almost a 2-score game. Pretty much is no, it is a 2-score game. We win 31-18 over the Chargers. Oh, okay, Madden. I don't know about that, but fair enough. Although, to be fair, the Titans, maybe this is controversial. I think Mike Vrabel's like a top 3 NFL coach, while Brandon Staley's probably close to bottom 3. So maybe it's fair that we beat him. I don't know. But we have a recap for the first of many. Give us those sweet, juicy staff points, please and thank you. But we're going to be taking on the 10-7 Denver Broncos here. I'm surprised they're only an 80 overall in my custom rosters. I mean, I know Russ was bad last year, but I feel like the rest of that team's good. I'm surprised I have them that low, even after development. Although, to be fair, yeah, that's kind of understandable. But anyways, let's just simulate this game out against the Broncos, and let's see if we can move on to the conference championship in year number 1. There's no way in hell we should, and we don't. We lose 24-14. The Broncos being there is understandable. I mean, Sean Payton could whip that team into shape, you know what I'm saying? Still not my proudest moment is that I predicted Russell Wilson to win MVP last year. Although, to be fair, I don't think many people really expected him to suck as bad as he did. But you never know, he could have a bounce back year this year. But we're out of the playoffs, but it's only year 1, so I don't care. I'm kind of glad we lost. I would have been sickened if a 79 overall team made it to the Super Bowl or something. I swear I saw this rebuild, or this Super Bowl in the last rebuild I did, but the Chiefs take down the Cowboys 28-21. I don't know about the Cowboys being there, but the Chiefs obviously realistic. But the Cowboys do have a really good team on paper, so you never know. So the Chiefs win back-to-back Super Bowls, both of them against an NFC East team. But for re-signings, I don't think we're gonna have like anybody here. I could re-sign like some of the depth linemen or something just so I don't have to worry about that later. But yeah, there's like nothing here that's that important. So with that, let's see what we can do in free agency. Unfortunately, no dev-ups on offense. I'm really surprised Tannehill didn't get a dev-up. I mean, he was really good last year. He regressed, which I feel like if a quarterback has that good of a year, they shouldn't regress, but I don't know. And then on defense, we did actually have some dev-ups. Harold Landry went up to superstar. Amani Hooker went up to superstar. Did Azeez Al-Shaair have star already? I can't remember for sure, but I think that's it. Or no, McCreary might have gotten a dev up. I can't remember who all had dev trait. But either way, good amount of dev ups for the defense. We'll definitely take it. And I wanted to give Levis an opportunity eventually, but as long as Ryan Tannehill's good, he's good, so we're going to stick with him. But in free agency, there isn't really like anyone that good. I mean, the top 2 are good, Michael Thomas, Tony Pollard, but we literally don't need them at all. And then it just kind of falls off a cliff. I mean, there are some okay players here, but like, this would be the lightest free agent class of all time. Why do the Raiders always cut Tyree Wilson? I wish I could make them keep him, and I wish you could give players dev traits outside of franchise, so it would give them more incentive to keep him in just in general, so I could, you know, have them have dev traits and actually develop. Same with Will McDonald. The Jets cut him for whatever reason. But why would EA add a helpful feature to a part of the game that doesn't directly make them money? But yeah, we're not going to do anything in free agency here. There just isn't really anything we need. So with that, let's see what we can do in the draft. But here in the draft, the Bears once again have the #1 overall pick. Sucks to be them, I guess. Will they actually use it this time? Yes, and they took a running back in #1 overall. I can't say that's great team building process necessarily, but you do you, Bears. That wouldn't really surprise me. Although their GM now is pretty good. I wanted to take a lineman here, but I mean, Tevin Grayson looks pretty good, but there isn't one that's supposed to go this early, so I think I'll just wait until the second round to take a lineman. Damn, this tight end looks good. We don't need one, but David, I have no idea how to say that last name. Arianis? I don't know how to say it, so I'm not gonna take him. Or if I do, I'll just call him David. I have legitimately never seen that last name in my life, though. Whoa, what did I do? I accidentally clicked A when I was like scrolling through quick, and I did this. I don't know how. We could also take a linebacker. I mean, we have 2 decent ones, but it could be an upgrade, I guess. I don't know. This could also be a good trade down spot, because I think we would get like a comparable player either way. We could move down to 30 to get 2 4th-round picks. That's actually pretty good. Down just 1 spot to get a 4 and a 6. That's actually really good. And they took a running back. What's with the first-round running backs, dude? All right, we're going to take David, I guess. Oh, he's totally going to have normal dev. I can't wait. What's his injury rating? No, he has good injury, so maybe not. But he looks like a good player. He's 6'5", 247, 21 years old, out of Ohio State. Good overall ratings. I mean, like, straight up A's pretty much everywhere. I wish we scouted him a little more, though. This is kind of risky, because, I mean, like, if he has, like, D route running, C short route running, this could be pretty bad, but, like, almost every stat that's scouted is an A. So let's take him. Okay, he does have hidden dev, thankfully. We don't need him, but he looks like a good player, so we'll take it. But in the second round, we obviously want a lineman. The question is, which one should we go with? Okay, so there are actually some really good-looking centers. The guards, Flynn might be okay, but the one that I think looks the best, actually, I didn't check Davis, but yeah, no, his combine wasn't that great. The best one, I think, is Jake Nichols. He's 6'3", 313, 21 years old, out of Louisville. Ran a 4.87, which is really good for a lineman. Ran a 4.82 at his pro day, 35 bench reps at the combine, 38 at his pro day. Good vertical jump for a lineman, good broad jump. This guy is an athletic freak. Overall, really good ratings. His power isn't that good, but that's fine. He's a low injury player. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what that means, because a lot of the time I do find that they have normal, but also a lot of the time they do have hidden. So I used to think it was a really good thing. Now I'm not sure. I don't know, but let's take him. And he does have hidden. Okay. 91 strength, 77 speed is crazy. We'll take it. And if there's another one of those centers available, then we could take one here. John Davis is, but his combine was really bad. Well, he's actually, no, he's just not very strong or that fast. Pass block looks really good. You know what? It's the 3rd round. We can make a risk here. We can take a risk. That's the right saying. I'm stupid. He's only 21 years old too, left-handed just like me for real, so that's a check mark in my book. John Davis, let's take him. And he also has hidden dev. Not the strongest in the world, but I thought it would be like 83, not 85, so we'll take it. Good excel, good agility even, just not fast. I don't think he's gonna be great, but he could be around like a 69, 68. Obviously the hidden dev, he could start. We'll see. But with that, I think I'm just gonna simulate the rest of this draft out and let's see how good the players we got really are. Okay, this was a really good draft actually. Considering we didn't pick until the end of each round pretty much, this was better than I thought it would be. David, last name, I don't know how to say that, is a 74 overall, which is right around where I thought he would be. His route running must have not been as good as it showed it could be, but it's still decent for a tight end. Just not a good blocker at all, but we knew that. Overall though, I mean, he's probably gonna start. I feel bad replacing Chigo Okonkwo, but he was really like the only upgrade there. I could have looked for maybe like a receiver, but you know what? Now that I think about that, that might have been better, because if you think about it, Okonkwo only had like 500 yards last year. This playbook just apparently doesn't use tight end, but it's an upgrade, I guess. Jake Nichols is really good though, 74 overall, hidden dev, obviously really good ratings, 69 pass block power, nice. And John Davis is a lot better than I thought he would be. 73 overall. I thought the A's for his pass block ratings wouldn't be as good as it showed they were, just because I thought it was a weak center class, because it showed interior offensive line was weak for this class. But no, they were all 80 pluses, so he's not a very good run blocker, but that's fine. I guess it kind of matters because we're a run-heavy offense, but Madden isn't realistic anyways. Overalls don't matter. So as long as he plays well, then it's a good pick. And then this Bernie Brown guy's a lot lower of an overall than I thought he would be. He was projected to go into the first round, but at least he does have hidden. He has 99 speed, which is crazy, 95 jumping. Maybe he can develop into like a number 3 or 4 receiver. I don't know. It's the 4th round. Who cares? The CPU did okay with these 2 picks, I guess. I don't know. Those all don't matter. I'm just glad that we got 3 starters in the first 3 rounds. We'll take it. But here's a look at the team heading into year number 2 of the rebuild. Pretty big changes here, honestly, at least through the draft, obviously. The 2 linemen, Nichols and Davis, and then David, we'll just call him, because I literally have never seen that last name before, like I said. I don't know what that is. I tried to pronounce it. I probably pronounced it wrong. I was thinking about playing Davis at tackle. He actually went up in overall at guard. He went from a 73 to a 74. I was thinking about playing him at tackle because he is a pass protector. That's our scheme over there, but he's literally 6'1". So yeah, I don't know about a 6'1" left tackle. That doesn't sound super great to me. I think I'm gonna start Dylan Raduns at right tackle just because he's younger, or Rayduns. I don't know. I've heard it pronounced like a million different ways. And then on defense, I think we are completely the same. Yeah, there really isn't a different player here at all, I don't think. So we're looking pretty good. I'm excited to see how we can do in year 2. So with that, let's get to the midseason point, and I can't wait to be 1-6. It's gonna be great. Bruh, the one time I don't say we're gonna be 2-5 at the midseason of year 2. We actually are 2-5 at the midseason of year 2. I don't know why. Every single rebuild I do, we do pretty well year 1, we do terrible year number 2, and then we do pretty well year 3, but we like make it pretty deep in the playoffs and then get beat. Or we lose early year 3 in the playoffs, and then year 4 we go pretty deep in the playoffs and then lose. That's usually what happened. It's super repetitive, I know, but there's nothing I can do about it. Simulation in this game is just terrible. I mean, you can see on the screen right now, the Falcons are 6-1, the Texans are 6-1. Simulation's great, nothing wrong with it. But who are we gonna have to re-sign here? Ooh, yikes. Derrick Henry, Danico Autry's gonna regress a ton, so we'll just re-sign him at the end of the year. Christian Fulton, Arden Key, Andre Dillard if he doesn't suck this year. We still might look for some other tackle. I signed Julian Love out of free agency. He was just chilling there. So let's start with Derrick Henry. He's really not that expensive. We can go player friendly, 5 years, 65.5 mil, and he takes it. Beautiful. Danico Autry, like I said, we'll wait. Christian Fulton, we'll offer him 6 years, 40 mil. We do have a ton of corner depth though, but that's not that expensive, so we'll re-sign him, and he does take it. Arden Key, how's he doing this year? 1 sack in 7 games. No thanks. I'm okay. Andre Dillard, he's probably doing better because he needs a contract. It's still not great, so we will wait. Everyone else here, I mean, it's mostly like backup. It is all backups for the rest of it, so that's all we're gonna do here. We might re-sign Autry. We also might not. We could just decide to get younger there, but with that, let's get to the end of year number 2, and hopefully either A, we make the playoffs, or B, have a pretty good pick. One or the other. Okay, well, it looks like we are not good. We're 6-11. Our defense was terrible. Our pass defense was good. We were 8 in yards allowed, but we were 31st in points per game allowed, which isn't great. Our offense also wasn't great, 20th in points scored, but better than our defense. We're up to an 83 overall now, though. That's actually pretty good. I'm surprised this team sucked, and that's with minus overall from morale, so I don't know how we went 6-11, but typical EA moment. Oh, and actually, I cheated just out of curiosity. It didn't matter because, like, it gives you hidden devs so you don't just start, like, low overall players that have good dev traits. But Bernie Brown, I kind of, like, had that feeling. A lot of the time, if there is an athletic receiver or corner or something that falls out of the first round when they're supposed to go in the first round, a lot of the time they'll have, like, superstar or something, nothing, and Bernie Brown does have superstars, so he'll be a good fourth receiver. He could even get into the starting 3. Like, I don't know, that might prove to be a really good pick in the 4th round or wherever we got him. So I'm definitely happy about that. But let's check out some of the season stats. Ryan Tannehill was still solid for sure. Not many passing yards. Again, very run-heavy offense. But 31 touchdowns, 8 picks is not bad at all. I mean, that's not great for Madden numbers, but for real life, that would be pretty damn good. His completion percentage was really bad, though, 58. Derrick Henry, almost 1,800 yards, 5.5 per carry, 14 touchdowns. No 1,000-yard receivers, but Kyle Phillips was our leading receiver this year, 930 yards and 9 touchdowns. This offense isn't that fun. We might switch the offense. It's just a lot of running, but I mean, there are other offenses that have a good amount of rushing and, you know, actually pass the ball, so we might think about that. David, with almost 700 yards as a rookie, will take it. D-Hop, only 900 yards. The offensive line was really bad, goddamn. Dillard allowed 12 sacks, which would be, like, bench-worthy in real life, obviously. What's a good site that shows sacks allowed? Hold on. I guess PFF does. Ew, but... Okay, yeah, this is what I thought. Dennis Daly, who ironically was a Titan this last year, did also allow 12, which was, according to them, the most in the NFL. I just want to see. Yeah, Jermaine Illuminor allowed 21. There are a lot more players that allowed more sacks than Dennis Daly, and a lot of them are good players, like Teron Armstead. Jermaine Illuminor is even solid. Like, these are all good players that allowed more. The simulation is so stupid in this game, dude. Sometimes it doesn't even show, like, all of the players, even if you sort by highest, it might have, but numbers are just so inflated in this game. It makes it not feel realistic at all. Damn, the Chiefs line was low-key really good for Madden, at least. But Peter Skoronski was arguably worse than Dillard, because right tackle's a little easier, obviously, at least in terms of pass protection, because it's not the blind side unless you're like Tua's right tackle because he's a lefty. So yeah, Peter Skoronski was awful. Nichols was pretty bad. Davis was fine. Dylan Raduns was actually really good. And then on defense, Azeez Al-Shaair led the team with 117 tackles. We had 3 players over 100. Tackles for loss, 13 for Simmons and Key, 11 for Landry. And they're the numbers I expected for this defense. Like, no sacks. 7 for Simmons and Landry, 2 for Arden Key, and Rashad Weaver got as many sacks as Arden Key as a backup. How many total sacks is that? Is that like 20? That's like the lowest amount I've ever seen. That's another thing. Sack numbers are either way too low or way too high. I can almost guarantee that there's a player in the NFL that got more sacks than us, than our entire team this year. Now that I say that, this is going to be the first time that a player didn't get like 25 plus sack, but no, Max Crosby and Von Miller and Myles Garrett all had 20 plus, and Randy Gregory almost hit 20. Jesus. See what I mean? Like, it's either too much or not enough. This is just going to be me complaining again. I complained a lot in the last video, but the numbers in this game suck. And we had 7 total interceptions on the year, 4 for Sean Murphy-Bunting, who got more than the rest of the team combined. 1 for Arden Key, weirdly enough, Caleb Farley, and Monty Rice. Kevin Byard, one of the best safeties in the NFL, still doesn't have an interception for us. That's, I hate this game. Joe Burrow wins MVP here. No Titans, unsurprisingly. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Josh Jacobs. Did I see Richie James? Okay. Derrick Henry at number 9. Defensive Player of the Year goes to TJ Watt. No Titans, unsurprisingly. Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Trayvon Turner. I'm guessing a QB for the Colts because he was up there for MVP. David at number 5. I'm surprised he wasn't a little higher. And then Roman Upshaw for the Dolphins wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. I feel like that was an actual player's name. No, I guess not, but that's a cool name. No Titans up there. So, not a great year. I think we're going to try out a new defense. Someone told me the Titans defense is good, but like every time I use it, it's terrible. We had 22 total sacks. At least we weren't the Saints or Bears though. Oh my God. And they had 0 fumble recoveries. At least they had interceptions, but Jesus. We could try the Bucks defense. They had a lot of pick and a good amount of sacks. Guess let's try the Bucks. Sometimes their defense is kind of bad, but sometimes it's good. We'll see. It's better than whatever the hell we had, so we'll try it. But with that, there's nothing else for us to really do here, so let's see what we can do in free agency, or the off season, I should say. But in the Super Bowl, the Bengals take down the Buccaneers, whose defense we switched to, which it's good to know that they can make the Super Bowl. The Bengals win 31-17 though, kind of smoke them. And then for re-signings, I don't want any of these players back. There's really nobody here that's good. It looks like Danico Autry did retire, so we don't have to worry about that. We have a ton of money to work with in free agency, so let's see what we can do. Oh, also, I'm guessing Ryan Tannehill regressed, right? Oh, he retired. Okay, well, Will Levis is gonna get an opportunity sooner than I expected. I don't know why Ryan Tannehill retired. He was still doing well, but I can't blame him. This team sucked. In free agency, there are definitely some good players. However, none of them are interested in us at all. How crazy would it be to get one of these two? I'm not gonna get Tua because A, we used him in the last rebuild, and B, whenever I sign him, he's pretty terrible. We're just not gonna do that. And then Herbert's not interested. He already has a ton of offers. So I'll look through real quick and we'll see what we can do here. But in free agency, we are gonna be a little light once again. I mean, there just isn't a lot for us here, like I was saying. At least I think I said that. I'm recording this the next day, but yeah, I mean, we don't need a safety. We don't need a tight end. We don't need like I mean, we might need a QB, but I don't think we're getting either of these two, and I don't really want Tua. He's not good in this game. So these are the only two players we're gonna go for, Chidobe Awuzie and Brandon Ayuk. I used to get him all the time. I haven't as much lately, but we're gonna get him here. Good scheme fit. I mean, they definitely like their run after catch receivers. Maybe they won't with their new OC, but at least they have in the past, obviously. I mean, AJ Brown, Traylon Burks now, and now Brandon Ayuk. And we're also, like I said, gonna be trying to add Chidobe Awuzie. We have like a lot of corners, but we don't have like a number one. Our best is Sean Murphy Bunting at like a 79 overall or whatever he is. Oh, he's up to an 80 now, but still, this will be an upgrade for sure. So with that, let's see if we can get either of these two players. So both of them sign, and we do get both of them. So Brandon Ayuk and Chidobe Awuzie are now Tennessee Titans. But with that, not a very big free agent group, but two very good players. And now let's see what we can do in the draft. Oh yeah, I forgot we have a really good pick this year. So in the draft, the Cowboys have the number one overall pick, even though they were in the Super Bowl like a year ago. But let's see what we want to do with the 5th overall pick. There was a player, okay, he's gone anyways. There was a pass rusher here that was supposed to go top 5. I didn't bother scouting him because I just, for some reason, figured we had a late pick, but we don't. But he's gone anyways. Landon Ramsey looked pretty good. I don't know if he looks quite top 5 good though, but he looks pretty good. He's the strongest right outside linebacker at least. He's not that fast. He looks all right. I mean, he looks good, but like I said, I don't know about top 5 good. We might just take him anyways though, because I don't know who the hell else we would go with. Maybe a QB, but like, we'll give Levis a chance. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go Landon Ramsey. He's 6'2", 257, 22 years old, out of Ohio State. Obviously, decent combine, pretty good. And then good ratings. I just wish the play rec was an A. I wish the tackle was a little higher. I'm worried about the injury. I'm really hoping he doesn't have normal, but he might. Yeah, fuck it. Let's take him. And he has normal. I knew it. I knew he wasn't that good. I mean, he still might be a decent overall, but God, that kind of sucked. But here in the 2nd round, we obviously need a tackle pretty bad. Randy Hutton looks like maybe the best one. Good combine. Not the strongest in the world, but definitely strong. Really good overall combine. And then pretty good ratings, I guess. He doesn't have much power, and he's not a good pass blocker, and I don't even know if he's a great run blocker at all. I mean, the best it could be is a B. He's just a good finesse blocker. I don't know if he's good. He had a good combine though, so there's that at least. What's his injury? I'm staying away from bad injury now. It's B, that's fine. Fuck it, let's take him. Okay, he has hidden at least. I was worried we would get another normal, but he could be pretty good. And with that, I might just simulate the rest out. We kind of need another D lineman, but it doesn't use 3 D linemen anyways. It only uses 2 for some reason, even if you're running a 3-4. I guess with the last pick I'm gonna take, we'll go with Darnell McClellan. Should I? He doesn't look that good. He's just wrong. Is there a stronger defensive tackle? I guess it's this guy, Steve Bartell. He doesn't look as good though. His play rec might be good, but it's also probably just a C. Let's just go with the other guy, Darnell McClellan. He looks okay. He actually might be worse. Fuck it, who cares? They won't play anyways. Let's take him. Normal dev, 93 strength. Sure, why not? Get me out of here. Let's simulate the rest of this draft. This one feels bad. Well, I mean, it's not too bad. Landon Ramsey's a 75, which would have been good if he had a dev trait. I figured he wouldn't. I'm glad I at least called it, but I just wish he did. He has good ratings, really good power moves, solid speed, decent strength, good hit power, but just the no dev trait is a killer for sure. Randy Hutton's good. I guess we'll play... Who should we play at left tackle? We might play Skoronski, I guess. I feel like that's gonna be a bad idea. He was terrible at right tackle, so he might be way worse at left. We'll see though. And then Darnell McClellan is okay. He's a 68. He's not the worst. He's not very good. The CPU did not amazing amazing, but they picked a 70 overall receiver, which we'll take. I mean, the last thing we need is receiver. He has 99 speed, goddamn. Looks like a good player, but we just, like I said, we don't need receiver. But here is a look at the team heading into year 3 of the rebuild. Obviously, some differences this year. I mean, different quarterback. We're going to see how Will Levis does. But obviously, we also added Brandon Ayuk. The O-line is different. It's still not great, but hopefully it'll be better throughout the year with development. We'll see. Tajay Spears is also almost up to an 80 as our number 2 running back, which is pretty nice. I don't think he'll ever start here unless Derrick Henry retires, but he's probably only like 30, maybe 31. Yeah, 30. So we'll be fine there. And then on defense, obviously Ramsey, our first pick in the draft, Landon Ramsey. Again, not amazing. He would be pretty good if he had a dev trait, but I'll stop complaining about that. I'm sorry. Also, linebacker was kind of an issue, but Jelani Tavai was just chilling in free agency, so I picked him up. Same with Levi Onwuzurike. I could still start this Chase on guy because he's younger. I mean, they're not going to play anyways, so it really doesn't matter. But yeah, the team's looking pretty good. Only an 80 overall, surprisingly. I mean, we have some good players. Oh yeah, we also picked up Chidobe Awuzie. I almost forgot about that. But the team's definitely solid and should get better throughout the year. So with that, let's get to the midseason point of year 3, and hopefully we don't suck, but we might. But at the midseason point of year 3, we are 5-2. I didn't expect to be good this year. We don't have the best team in the world on paper. We're an 81 overall. We might be a little better after I spend upgrades. No, it's still an 81, so I'm surprised we're doing as well as we are. We'll take it, but I am surprised. But we're gonna have some re-signings here, of course. Ooh, and it is some good players. That's probably why we're doing well. They're all in contract years, so they're trying harder. Which, I've said this like a million times. I don't know for sure if it is a thing in this game, but it definitely seems like players do better when they need a contract, which is realistic, but it's like they do dramatically better. And then as soon as you re-sign them, they suck ass the next year. But Jeffrey Simmons, we will offer him 3 years, 75, almost 76 mil, and he does take it. D-Hop is not interested, and we'll just re-sign him at the end of the year. He's 32. He's probably going to regress down to like an 88-ish, maybe 89. So we'll just re-sign him there. Kevin Byard, probably the same deal, right? We'll wait until he regresses. Sean Murphy-Bunting is a good second corner. We'll offer him 3 years, 26 mil, and he doesn't take it. No long-term commitment. You're going to be 30 by the time the contract is up. I would consider that a pretty long-term commitment, but fair enough. And then everyone else, I mean, there's only one more starter in Aziz Al-Shair. I mean, there might be, yeah, I mean, Dylan Raduns, but So I think we're good here for now. We'll worry about these two mostly at the end of the year, and then Sean Murphy-Bunting, I guess, but we could honestly maybe upgrade in free agency. I don't know. But with that, let's get to the end of year 3, and hopefully we can finish as strong as we started, but I doubt it, but maybe. And here we are at the end of year number 3, but super quick, if you haven't already, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. It really does help out a ton, and you might as well subscribe if you're enjoying the video, and like it, because I mean, clearly you're enjoying it, so I would very much appreciate it. And if you subscribe, it'll just recommend more of my videos to you. And turn on notifications if you want to be like one of the first ever people to see these videos. I mean, plus it'll make sure you don't miss them, because like I've said a million times before, I'm gonna have pretty much just all bangers for at least the rest of the summer. I'm trying a lot of new stuff, obviously, and y'all seem to really enjoy it, so I'm gonna keep trying it. And of course, let me know what team you want me to rebuild next, or if you have a different idea for a rebuild. If it sounds good enough, I mean, I got all my other weird ideas for rebuilds from the comments, so let me know, I might do it. But I guess I haven't spent the upgrades yet, so let me spend those real quick. But now, here's how the team is looking. Up to an 82 overall, which isn't great, but it's apparently good enough to do decently well. Did we have any hidden devs, like, at all? We had the tackle, but linemen pretty much always have just star dev. I mean, there are exceptions, obviously, but yeah, no crazy dev traits or anything. But in year number 3, we finished 10-7, making the playoffs. We didn't win the division, and every team in our division actually had a winning record, even though no teams had more than 10 wins, which is kind of crazy. The Texans do win the division. It seems like they're our biggest rival in this one so far, but oh my god. Will Levis was insane. 4,200 yards, 42 touchdowns, 12 picks in a not very pass-heavy offense. That's insane. Derrick Henry with 1,900 yards, yards, 9 touchdowns. Good lord. Even Tyjae Spears had almost 450 yards. D-Hop with 1,600 yards, 15 touchdowns. Ayuk only 800 yards though. Really, D-Hop was our only receiver with yards, pretty much. David, the tight end, had 11 touchdowns. We'll take that. And then blocking, it was actually pretty good. Jake Nichols wasn't that good, and Dylan Radunes was bad, straight up. We'll let him go though. We'll find someone else at right guard. And then Azeez Al-Shaair led the team in tackles with 129. Tackles for loss, 12 for Landry led the team, 11 for Milton Williams, who I just picked up out of free agency. We'll take it. And then Harold Landry led the team in sacks with 11.5. Landon Ramsey with only 5.5 as a rookie. That's not a great year for someone who started every single game and had over 1,000 snaps. That's like only a sack every 500 snaps. That's kind of, or every 200 snaps. I can do math. Simmons only 5 sacks. It looks like he barely played. Why? 500 snaps? That's it? Why did TR Tart play so many? Bruh. I must have forgot to put him as the rush defensive tackle 1. I hate how much that matters. I wish it would just go off the normal depth chart for who it starts, but whatever. Amani Hooker led the team with 5 interceptions. He's been insane throughout the rebuild. Azeez Al-Shaair and Jelani Tavai and Christian Fulton each had 3, 2 for Chidobe Awuzie, and then 1 for a few players. Kevin Byard finally gets an interception, but literally had 0 pass deflections this year, so was it really a better season? I don't know. MVP goes to Geno Smith. Okay, that's probably the first time I've ever seen that. Normally he plays terribly in this game, but he did really well here. Well, I mean, as a Seahawks fan, love to see it. Very overhated in real life, which I predicted would happen because he is a player for the Seattle Seahawks, and that's enough to be hated, apparently. Josh Jacobs wins Offensive Player of the Year here. D-Hop at number 3. We'll take having someone up there. Where is... No Derrick Henry with 1,900 yards. I mean, he only had 9 touchdowns, but I feel like this game overvalues touchdowns as a stat. I mean, at least for running backs and receivers, obviously for quarterbacks it's important, but like touchdowns are kind of just like, what's the word I'm looking for? Happenstance, I guess? I don't know. I don't think I've ever used that word, but I guess that's the right word. I don't know. But Max Crosby wins Defensive Player of the Year. Any Titans up here? No. Surprisingly, no Amani Hooker, but it is what it is. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Seth Lloyd of the Dolphins at a 67 overall. I want to see what he is and what he did. No Titans up here. Was there someone named Tony? No, Tim Stark. Okay, I was gonna say. Britton Michaels of the Texans wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. Ramsey at number 3. I wish he did better. That kind of puts us in a weird spot, but he did pretty well. Also, how the hell was Will Levis not up there for MVP? I'm scared to look how well quarterbacks did this year. Well, not as crazy. Jesus Christ. Geno Smith had 50 touchdown passes. I feel lucky if he gets like 30 in Madden Sim. God damn. Okay. That's a weird top 4 in touchdown passes. Top 5 if you include Will Levis. Oh God. Madden Sim needs to change. Like this should not be the top 5 passing touchdown quarterbacks in the NFL. I mean, Geno might have been in real life, so that's valid, but not with 50. Good Lord. Taylor Heineke with 38. Has he had 38 total in his career? Good Lord. Oh yeah, and what did like Josh Jacobs do? He had, what? He had like 500 less yards. He had 10 more touchdowns, but I feel like that's almost night and day. That's 500 more yards. Also, how did Alvin Kamara not win it over him? Did Jacobs just have a ton of receiving yards? Which in that case, Alvin Kamara is much more of a receiving back. He should have had more. Dude, this game sucks. I hate it. Get me out of here. Oh no, I do also want to check what the Dolphins player did. Are they a receiver? Oh, they're a tight end. Almost 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns as a 67 overall tight end. Okay. But of course, in the wild card, we're going to be taking on the Buffalo Bills. So without further ado, let's jump in and watch this game simulate. Hopefully we can get a win. They definitely have a better team, but we have more heart, I guess. And the Bills aren't good in the playoffs anyways, so maybe there's a chance. I guess neither are the Titans, but still. But here we go in the wild card in Buffalo. I kind of hope I don't want to say I hope we don't win a Super Bowl, but we're an 82 overall. I don't feel like we deserve to win one yet, but I'll definitely take it. I won't complain. So let's simulate to the end of the game. We go up early 7-0. The Bills do score. It is tied 7-7. We get a touchdown to go up 14, now 21-7, now 24-7. They finally get a field goal goal, but we get another touchdown. We are blowing them out, and that is going to be the final score, 31-10. You're telling me we beat a better overall team with a better record in their stadium in the playoffs. We win by 21 points? Madden Sim sucks, dude. I know we won, but like, God. And in the divisional, we're going to be taking on the 14-3 Cleveland Browns, which in terms of roster talent, they should maybe be there, but they just always underperform for some reason. At least I think their roster's really good. I mean, I've said this a million times, Deshaun Watson just isn't a scheme fit there, so I don't feel like that's gonna work out. It might, but he's also like not a very great person, so I don't know, but the rest of the team is really good. But with that, let's jump in against the Browns and see if we can move on to the conference championship. But here we go in the conference championship, the divisional against the Browns. That looks empty. Am I crazy, or is that stadium like empty? I couldn't tell if the like helmets or the jerseys were just the same color of the seats, but like, I don't know. Now it still kind of does look empty. I can't tell. Either way, the game is tied 7-7 in the second quarter. The Browns go up 14-7. Now we tie it 14-14. They take the lead with a field goal, but we take the lead back with a touchdown. We have the lead in the third quarter, but they get a touchdown, and so do we. We're up 28-24, and we score again. We're up 35-24, 38-24. They get a touchdown to close the game out, but we still win 38-31. And we're going to be moving on to the conference championship. Okay, also, I might highly recommend the Buccaneers defense. We were 6th in terms of points per game allowed. Is that the defense I switched to? I think it is. I did it yesterday. I can't remember anymore. Yeah, Tampa Bay. I don't know. I feel like weird ones work for me. Like, people will recommend stuff and then it'll just absolutely suck when I try to use it, but I don't know. The Buccaneers definitely do seem pretty good. Definitely better than the Titans defense was for me. But let's see who we're going to be taking on in the conference championship. Oh, our biggest rival, the Houston Texans. This is going to be the team that beats us. Why? Because they're a lower overall team. They're a 79. We just beat two teams that were better than us in their stadium. This is going to be the team that beats us. I already know it. So it's going to be real life rookie QBs facing off. What's CJ Stroud's overall now? Assuming they didn't like do something stupid and replace him. No, they didn't. He's up to a 79 with star. Okay. Looking pretty good. Oh God, I saw P. Lynch and I thought that was Paxton Lynch. That wouldn't make any sense because I don't even know if he's in this game, and he is definitely not 23, but either way. Oh, we have a playoff rival scenario. I don't know why. I always forget about those, but what does this give? Does this give morale or something? Oh yeah, you go either chess match or hard-hitting brawl. Fuck it, let's go hard-hitting brawl. I mean, it does it for both teams either way. Let's see what happens. So with that, let's jump in, and hopefully we can move on to the Super Bowl, because at this point, we deserve it more than the Texans. But here we go, in Houston, still with Lovie Smith, the greatest beard of all time, the true Santa Claus for real. But let's simulate this game out and see if we can get a win. We go up early 7-0, make that 10-0 in the second quarter. The Texans do get a field goal. Our offense isn't scoring a whole ton yet. As I say that, we go up 31-3. Jesus, that's all I need to do. The Texans do get a touchdown, but we're still up 31-10, now 31-17. And that's a valid game. We definitely have a better team, so we will take it, and we're going to be moving on to the Super Bowl. The Titans have never won a Super Bowl, right? They went to that one with the Rams and lost it tragically. Oh God, Jeff Fisher was their coach. I forgot he existed. I don't know why. I just always think of him as the Rams coach because, I mean, that's what he was when I started becoming a fan of the NFL when I was like 10 or something. But anyways, we have a recap for the playoff rival scenario. Give us those sweet juicy staff points, or is it morale? What is it? Or is it XP or both? God, I hate the this little piggy line. I wish they would take that out of the game. It makes me want to die a little bit every time I see it. But +5 hit power for the next game, +5 staff points. That's not that good. I mean, that's fine, but we'll take it, I guess. But with that, let's see who we're going to be taking on in the Super Bowl. We've also been putting up some crazy points. We've scored 31+ in every playoff game so far, which is more than our points per game during the regular season, so we'll take it. It's going to be the New York Giants in the Super Bowl. This is kind of a cool one. Titans, Giants. I actually like that for some reason. Two teams with like not the greatest roster in the world, but like really good head coaches with Mike Vrabel and Brian Dable. I didn't even think of that. Vrabel and Dable rhyme. But the Giants are 8-9. How are they here? Has a team ever been to a Super Bowl with a losing record? Maybe, but like that shouldn't happen. And we're gonna lose this game too, and I'm gonna be super depressed about it. We have a decent amount of upgrades though for some pretty important players. I mean, D-Hop was arguably our best receiver, or our best player this year. Amani Hooker has been maybe our best player overall throughout the rebuild. Will Levis Levis was amazing this year. Pretty important ones there. But we have a Super Bowl media day. We will go, I don't know which one is better to go with. I feel like it might have some effect on the outcome. I don't know why. We'll go just the beginning, plus 10 staff points. So with that, let's jump in against the Giants, and hopefully we can win the Titans a Super Bowl. But here we go in the Cowboys Stadium, division rival of the Giants, so maybe that's good for them, maybe that's bad for them, I don't know. It would be fun to win a Super Bowl in your division rival stadium though. But with that, let's simulate the game out, and I hope we can get a win. We go up early 10-0, like right out the gate. The Giants get a field goal. We get a field goal 2 to go up 13-3. They get a field goal. They get a touchdown. It is tied 13-13. We get a touchdown to make it 20-13. There's a lot of scoring happening. We're up 27-16 in the fourth quarter. Now 30-16. They get a touchdown, but we end up winning the Super Bowl in year number 3, 30-23 over Steve Young ? And the Giants. I feel like this is the first Super Bowl I've won in a rebuild in a long time. I feel like we get cheated a lot, and this is nowhere near the best team we have ever built. We're only an 84 overall. I've had 91 overall teams before, doing it realistically with my custom rosters that are a lower overall than the regular Madden rosters, so I don't know. Will Levis, of all players, wins Super Bowl MVP, which I don't get all the hate for him. I think he's a decent player, just he was stuck on an awful team last year in college. Could be a good NFL player, might not be, but could be. But he has definitely become a good player here, clearly. So all of our best players up there, well, some of them, as the Titans for the first time ever, are Super Bowl champion. Did the Oilers ever win a Super Bowl? Oh, they never won one either, so I guess can't make that excuse. Like, oh, we won a Super Bowl like 40 plus years ago when we were still the Oilers. But no, that hasn't happened either. But now that we won a Super Bowl, this is where the team could get really good. Imagine winning a Super Bowl with 142 mil in available cap space. Oh my god. Does like available cap space decide how well you do in the Super Bowl? I mean, the Giants probably had a lot of cap space too. Maybe that's like the trick, which would be incredibly dumb, but it wouldn't surprise me. I don't know what the hell else simulation goes off of, if anything. It might just be completely random. But in terms of re-signings, obviously some good players left. D-Hop isn't interested after we won a Super Bowl. He really ain't about ring chasing, huh? But I guess he gets his money and his ring with the Titans here. We'll offer him 4 years. That's a lot of money. Oh my god. 4 years, 90 and almost 91 mil for a 33-year-old receiver. We might be better off just tagging him, but we'll offer him player friendly or very player. We might have to do very player friendly. That's 5 years, 123 mil. If he doesn't take this, it might just be better to tag him. Okay, we'll just tag him then. 27 mil, that's fine. Kevin Byard will bring him back. 2 years, 27 mil, and he doesn't take it. So we'll try to get him back in free agency, but honestly, he's been kind of terrible. So there might be addition by subtraction there. I guess we'll go like, what did we offer Sean Murphy Bunting? I thought we offered him a 3-year deal. Now it's only offering a, I don't know. We'll offer him player friendly 2 years, 19.8 mil, and he does take it. Okay, cool. Aziz Al-Shair, we might be able to upgrade there. I mean, he's been good though, but like we might be able to upgrade. We'll see. He's not like super interested. If he was, then I would re-sign him for sure, but So everyone else here, there are definitely a lot of decent players, but nothing that we can't really replace or upgrade through free agency in the draft. So let's see what we can do. Wasn't Kevin Byard a scheme fit? Why is he not anymore? But this is a weak free agent class. Kevin Byard is the best player at only an 87 overall. Ooh, Javon Holland? That sounds pretty good to me. But I'll look through here real quick and let's see what we can do. I mean, we'll spend all of our money. We might as well. But in free agency, we're going for, I mean, the best we can go for pretty much. We're going for some good players, especially on the defense. It's actually all defense. We're going for Josh Sweat, Javon Holland, JC Horn, Ed Oliver, and Shaq Barrett. Is it a bit overkill? Yes, but we might as well spend this money on something, you know what I mean? Or else it's just gonna go to waste. So we're definitely trying to repeat here. Maybe it would be a better strat to not sign anybody because it genuinely seems like the worse team you have, the better you do, which is so stupid. But these would definitely be some good additions to the team. And I will go for more players. I just, obviously there's a limit. I wish there wasn't a limit. I don't really know why there is a limit. There shouldn't really be, but whatever. So with that, let's see if any of these players sign. They all sign. Ooh, we only get 3 of them. We get Josh Sweat, we get Javon Holland, and we get JC Horn. So no Ed Oliver, no Shaq Barrett, which is surprising. Well, I guess we didn't have a lead for Ed Oliver, but we were tied for the lead at least. And then we did have a lead for Shaq Barrett, but whatever, EA. He goes to the Chargers. I do want somebody, though. Grover Stewart, I guess, would work, but I want to play one of them at defensive end. Javon Hargrave would be kind of fun. Dak Prescott goes to the Steelers. The Seahawks let MVP Geno Smith go to the Why does he go to the Texans? What? What? He's not even gonna start there. Bro, this game has serious issues. Oh my god. The MVP of the NFL goes to be a backup. What the fuck, dude? Okay, whatever. Winning MVP should automatically get you at least to an 85 overall no matter what. At least. And even then, why the hell were they interested? I don't know, dude. This game is so stupid. Alright, and this is the last group of players we're gonna go for. It's gonna be Jalen Phillips, Javon Hargrave, Foyesade Olukun, who we only have the tied for the lead for with the Steelers. Azeez Al-Shaair, we're gonna try to get him back, and Will Hernandez. Why are the Patriots interested in Azeez Al-Shaair? That's not a good scheme fit. He is not big enough to be an off-ball linebacker for the Patriots. But unless they want to put him in the Kyle Duggar role, that would be interesting. That might work, because they did lose Kyle Duggar. Either way, I'm rambling. Let's see if we can get any of these players. So all of them sign except Azeez Al-Shaair. We get Jalen Phillips, we get Javon Hargrave, Foyesade Olukun, and Will Hernandez. So we get everybody except for Azeez Al-Shaair, which teams are very interested in him now. We could just look to draft somebody there, but we have money. We might as well spend it. Let's tie with those teams at the top. You know what? Fuck it. Let's also go for another one. Let's go for Ernest Jones. Sure. Just in case. So let's see if either of these two sign with us. They both sign, and we get both of them. Now we have too many linebackers, but I guess it's better to have too many than not enough. We'll take it. But in the draft, the 49ers of all teams have the #1 overall pick. Of course, we pick at number 32 because we won the Super Bowl. And is there anybody here that, would help us that much? We have a pretty complete roster. This guy looks pretty good. He's the strongest left end available. Joe Joyner also looked pretty good. I think the other guy's better, though. Okay, let's go Pierre Moore. He's 6'5", 295, 21 years old, left-handed just like me for real, out of Oregon. Like I said, good combine, good-looking ratings, good enough at least. Not a very good pass rusher, though, but C should at least be like a 72 for power moves. I don't know. Either way, he looks fine. Let's take him. And he does have hidden dev. Good strength, good enough speed for someone who's pretty much 300 pounds. We'll take it. And now, I don't know what to do with this pick, so we might do something I don't do very often. Ooh, actually, this center does look pretty good. Hunter Ferreira, but will he even start? Probably not with Will Hernandez here. They're good-looking tight ends, but that's like the last thing we need. I mean, we might need like a really good one, but nobody there we could get would start ever. So I might do something fun with this pick. We'll see. Okay, well, never mind. I was gonna maybe make a trade, not necessarily for just Mike Onwenu, but we are very broke. I can't do that. I tried to see if we could package a player in to try to bring the cap down, but there wasn't anyone that would make sense to trade, and not many players that could even free up enough cap space. So I guess we can just go with one of the linemen. Is Ferreira the best? Yeah, probably. All these guys look about the same, but like slightly worse. So let's just go Hunter Ferreira, straight up first to second round talent. Looks like a pretty good player. Decent combine, nothing crazy, but pretty good. Decent ratings, a few A's, good pass blocker, which isn't a scheme fit. So maybe that's not the best pick, but fuck it, let's take him. Hidden dev, decent strength, good excel. He's fine. He'll do. So we'll just simulate the rest of this out, and hopefully the CPU can make some pretty good picks. We'll see. Ooh, okay, well, these are two better picks than I expected. I reached a lot in this rebuild just for players at positions in need, but it kind of worked out. I mean, Pierre Moore is decent for sure. Not as good of a pass rusher as even I expected. He's really terrible, but he is a good run defender. I guess the late Danico Autry replacement, but Danico Autry is definitely a better pass rusher, so he's just a run defender. But he looks good. He'll get some playing time. Hunter Ferreira is also good for sure. 73 overall. He's pretty much the exact same guard we got a couple years ago, or the center that we moved to guard. I'm guessing he'll go up in overall to a different position too. He would actually make a little more sense at tackle because he is at least 6'3", so we might do that. He's a 73 overall. He'll be a backup either way. He'll at least be a scheme fit there. We'll do it. And then everyone else, I mean, the CPU did some weird stuff. They took an okay QB, 66 overall, decent backup, and they picked a few not very good running backs. What were they thinking here? If you're gonna pick a running back in the 3rd round, it better be somebody good. Well, I guess it was the very end of the third, but still. Definitely an interesting draft. We carried with the top 2 picks. This would be kind of funny. The Commanders are offering Chase Claypool straight up for Chigo Okonkwo, well, with a 7th round pick too. What if we just move Chase Claypool to tight end and just upgrade at tight end and add a 7th round pick? I guess. Or wait, what did that say? What? We must not have had the cap space. That's stupid. Well, maybe they'll offer that again. I don't know. I hate how it does that. And we're actually gonna make this year super quick because this rebuild's already a success. We already won a Super Bowl, so this year, I wouldn't say it doesn't matter because we very well could win a Super Bowl, but it also, like, if we don't win it, it doesn't really matter because we already did win a Super Bowl. But here's how the team is looking going into the 4th and final year of the rebuild. I am shocked that Will Levis didn't get a dev trait and only went up like 2 overall, but I expect nothing less from this game. D-Hop did go up to Superstar Dev, which is cool. I'm surprised he doesn't have that normally, but whatever. And then here is a look at the defense. Also looking very nice. Harold Landry, of all players, went up to X Factor. Amani Hooker went up to X Factor. That one makes sense. I mean, Landry's been good, but I don't know about X Factor good, but definitely good. The team in general is looking very nice, though. It's not the highest overall at an 83, but it is very complete and very deep. So with that, let's just get straight to the end of year 4, and hopefully we can do pretty well. But here we are at the end of year number 4. You know why we're here. I know why we're here. If you haven't already, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. It really does help out a ton. And if you enjoy the video, you might as well. Because if you made it here, clearly you enjoyed it at least a little bit. And also, let me know what team to do next. You know all the things. Just do them. Just do them. But there isn't really much to say here about the team. I mean, it developed. That's really all there is to say. We have a lot of morale, especially for Tier Tart. I don't know why he's playing with +5 overall from morale, but fair enough. Will Levis up to an 80 with morale should be higher based on his year last year, but in year number 4, we finished 15-2 with the best offense and best defense in the NFL. Good Lord. Will Levis was definitely very good once again. 4,200 yards, 38 touchdowns, 10 picks. Derrick Henry with almost 1,800 yards, 16 touchdowns. Tyjae Spears was pretty good, almost 600 yards, 4.6 yards per carry, 8 touchdowns. Damn. D-Hop once again with 1,600 yards, 15 touchdowns. Not much in terms of receiving outside of that, though. Blocking, Randy Hutton wasn't that good, but Peter Skoronski was really good, for Madden at least. The rest of the line was good, too. It looks like Will Hernandez was a pretty good decision. I mean, he was better than Dylan Radunes, or however the hell you say his last name was. Alukun and Aziz Al-Shayer, I said that really weird. I said both really weird, to be fair. They both led the team with 119 tackles for loss. My controller's like falling out of my hands. I'm holding it so weird. 13 tackles for loss for Jeffrey Simmons, 10 for Phillips and Tart. And then sacks, 13 for Jeffrey Simmons led the team, 11.5 for Jalen Phillips, but only 5 for Josh Sweat and only 3.5 for Harold Landry. And I mean, he got decent playing time. I guess maybe we should have given him more. You know what? For the playoffs, we're gonna get Landry starting over Josh Sweat. That's what we're gonna do. Maybe he shouldn't have been starting over him to begin with. I didn't even really realize that he was. And then interceptions, 5 for Alukun and Amani Hooker. Our signings definitely paid off. 2 interceptions for JC Horn and Chidobe Awuzie, and that's it. Nobody had 1. MVP goes to Joe Burrow. Mac Jones on the Vikings up there. Okay. No Titans. Offensive player of the year goes to Nick Chubb. D-Hop at number 2. It's still so weird to see D-Hop as a Titan. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get used to that, but we'll see. I guess I've done it before probably, though. I think I took him in my Titans fantasy draft rebuild, probably. But TJ Watt wins Defensive Player of the Year. Foyesade Alukun at number 7. He was very good. Jeffrey Simmons up there at 10. I'm surprised not Harold Landry. Phillips wasn't up there. That's his name, right? Why am I wanting to say Harrison Phillips? That's the defensive lineman. I'm so terrible with names. I don't know why. But Jacques Buchanan of the Broncos wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. That's a hell of a name. Trent Mayo. That's almost worse. Why is that so fucking stupid to me? I hate that. Antonio Ross comes in at number 8. I think that was a running back. I don't even know. Najee Betts of the Jags wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. No Titans up here. So very good year for us. Almost too good of a year. We'll have to try the Titans offense and the Bucks defense more often. Well, I don't know if we'll try the Titans offense. I think they're only good because they're run heavy and they have Derrick Henry. And every other year it's been pretty questionable actually. But the Bucks defense is very good. But with that, we're not going to jump in and watch any of these games simulate, because just to break the fourth wall, it is currently 7:40 p.m. I want to have this video out by at least 10:30 or 11, so I gotta hurry. So let's see who we're gonna be taking on in the divisional. Dude, if I get this up on time, it's a miracle. But also, that's what I said when I was around your mother. But we're gonna be taking on the 11-6 Jacksonville Jaguars, our division rival, of course, in the divisional. We have some upgrades here, though. David, with an upgrade, will take it, and Randy Hutton at right tackle, who was our worst lineman this year, but still wasn't that bad compared to some players I've seen, so we'll take it. But I guess we'll just simulate this out. Josh Allen had 19 sacks. Oh my god. But with that, let's see if we can get a win against the Jaguars. Probably not, but we'll see. Oh god. We beat the Jag 35-0. I think that's the biggest playoff win I've ever had. Oh my god. I feel like we've been undeservingly good throughout this rebuild. This is one of the worst teams I've ever built. We're literally only an 85 even after the season. But I mean, I won't complain about, I kind of will complain about being too good. I have about a million times. I complain way too much, but I feel like my complaining is valid. Everyone knows this game sucks. Also, wait, I just realized our division was insane. Every team again had a winning record, and the top 3 teams had over 10 or 10 plus wins. I guess not over 10 for all of them because of the Texans, but 10 or more wins. So that's crazy. This has to be the best division in the NFL. But we're going to be taking on the Bills in the conference championship. If we lose here, who cares? But it would be fun to move on to another Super Bowl, so let's see if we can get a win. Oh, we do lose 31-28. God damn it. Okay, well, I mean, we were the better overall team there by 3, so we should have won that game, but it is what it is. Can't win them all, I guess. But that's going to be the end of today's rebuild. This is a really good team, and given a few more years, this team could be nasty. I mean, we have a lot of relatively young players that are just developing right now, like Will Levis, Traylon Burks still, Brandon Ayuk is still relatively young, pretty much the entire O-line, our tight ends, Javon Holland. I guess our team is a little older now that I went crazy in free agency, but still, we could just keep getting more upgrades. It's a really good team, and I'm happy with it. But again, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. I have a lot of fun doing these rebuilds, even though Madden kind of sucks. I just like football in general. If you want a channel where I talk just about football and not NFL or not Madden stuff, follow or subscribe to my second channel, link in the description. You'll be one of the first 150 subscribers on there. I only have 2 videos up there, so be sure to do that because I post pretty much the same stuff, just not Madden related. But again, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you still for some reason haven't already. Again, 500 likes, 8,500 subscribers, and I will be very happy. But with that, I will see y'all again in the next video. Goodbye.